Have you ever noticed that a man's true strength is revealed not when life is easy, but when his heart is tested? When she chooses another man, or when betrayal strikes, the world expects you to break. But if you can stand calm in that storm, you show a power that few men will ever know. Most men, when faced with this moment, lose themselves. They lash out, argue, beg, or let their emotions spill uncontrollably. But anger and jealousy are traps. They hand away your power. Epictetus once said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." Your freedom begins with emotional control. When a storm rages, the tree with shallow roots is torn apart, but the one with deep roots bends without breaking. Your emotions are that storm. If you are grounded in discipline and self-respect, no betrayal can uproot you. A man who reacts with chaos shows that his worth depends on someone else's actions. But a man who remains composed shows something far greater, that his foundation is unshakable. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Emotional control is not about pretending you feel nothing. It's about channeling your pain with wisdom. The anger will pass, but the desperate words or reckless actions you take in that moment will remain. Choose silence over shouting, composure over chaos. Ask yourself, when people look at you in moments of betrayal, what do they see? A man broken by his emotions? Or a man whose calm presence commands respect without a single word? Seneca reminded us, "He who angers you, conquers you." Don't let betrayal conquer you. Let it refine you, because the man who can control himself in his darkest hour is the man who becomes untouchable in every part of life, whether in love, in business, or in destiny itself. The first wound a man feels when she chooses another is rarely about losing her. It is the hit to his self-worth. Thoughts creep in. Am I not good enough? Was he better than me? These questions spiral only if you let them. Remember, her choice does not define your value. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The opinion of 10,000 men is of no value if none of them know the truth." The truth is simple. Your worth comes from within, not from whether someone else recognizes it. Think of a diamond. Its value doesn't change when someone walks away without buying it. It remains the same, brilliant and rare. Likewise, your value does not decrease because one woman failed to see it. Men who forget this begin to chase. They beg, compete, or try to prove themselves. But as Epictetus reminded us, if you seek truth, you will not seek victory by dishonorable means. True worth does not chase, it attracts. When you know your value, you stop trying to convince others. You stop competing for attention. Seneca said, "He who is brave is free." And bravery here means standing firm in who you are, even if someone rejects you. Ask yourself, would you rather live as a man who constantly proves himself to others, or as a man who embodies quiet certainty? Your self-worth is not up for negotiation. It is the ground you stand on, unshaken whether she stays or walks away. One of the greatest traps men fall into is competition. When she chooses another man, the ego whispers, "Prove you're better." Show her she made the wrong choice. But the moment you enter that race, you've already surrendered your power. True strength does not chase, and it does not compete. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." The man who lives by his values doesn't compare himself to others, he simply embodies his worth. Think about it. Two men can stand side by side, each with different strengths. But difference does not mean superiority. Epictetus reminded us, you become what you give your attention to. If your attention is consumed by another man, you've lost focus on yourself. The man grounded in self-worth does not fight for validation. He knows respect and loyalty cannot be forced. Seneca wrote, "A gem cannot be polished without friction, nor a man perfected without trials. This trial is not to prove you are greater than another. It is to polish your discipline. When you refuse to compete, you communicate confidence without a word. Indifference often shakes her more than any desperate attempt to prove yourself. For the man who does not enter the battle is the one who already knows he has nothing to prove. When a woman chooses another man, many fall into scarcity thinking, believing she was their only chance at love or happiness. This illusion breeds desperation. In truth, scarcity is a cage. Abundance is freedom. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Very little is needed to make a happy life." It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking. The man who believes in abundance does not beg, cling, or lower his standards. He understands there are countless paths, countless women, countless opportunities. Think of a door closing. Scarcity says you lost everything. Abundance says space has opened for something greater. This mindset shifts your energy from desperation to calm confidence. And people can feel the difference. Neediness repels, certainty attracts. Seneca reminded us, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, that is poor." The man of abundance never fears loss. He knows that value does not come from what leaves him, but from what he continues to build within himself. Epictetus taught, wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. The same truth applies to relationships. Abundance means you do not fear being alone, because solitude itself is rich with growth, purpose, and opportunity. The man who embraces abundance radiates quiet power. He does not cling. He does not panic at loss. He trusts that what is meant for him will never require him to chase it. Many men confuse attachment with love. They believe the tighter they hold on, the deeper their feelings must be. But often, attachment is born from fear, fear of being alone, fear of losing control, fear of never finding another. True love is not desperate. It does not beg. Epictetus said, "When you are offended at any man's fault, turn to yourself and study your own failings." The man who practices detachment sees clearly he can love deeply, yet still stand strong if she walks away. He does not beg for presence, nor does he collapse in absence. Think of a man standing at sea. If he clings to the waves, he drowns. If he lets go and trusts the current, he floats. Detachment is that trust. Marcus Aurelius reminded us, you have power over your mind, not outside events. A detached man does not compete for attention. He does not fight for validation. He knows respect and loyalty cannot be forced. They must be given freely. Seneca wrote, "He who is brave is free." Detachment is balance. It allows you to remain open-hearted, yet unshaken, present, yet never dependent. The man who masters it holds a quiet power that no betrayal can destroy. Silence is one of the most powerful responses a man can give. When betrayed or replaced, most men argue, demand answers, or chase. But silence carries a weight words never can. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The best revenge is not to be like your enemy, by refusing to argue or beg. Show that you are above the drama." Silence communicates dignity. I value myself too much to fight for a place where I am not wanted. Think of how noise fades, but silence lingers. She expects anger or pleading. When you give her nothing, you create a void that forces reflection. Seneca said, "Silence is a lesson learned through life's many sufferings." Your silence becomes unforgettable because it cannot be dismissed. Epictetus reminded us, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Choosing silence means refusing to let her actions dictate your behavior. It is restraint over impulse, discipline over chaos. At first, silence may look like indifference. But as time passes, it grows louder. Questions form. Why didn't he react? Why isn't he chasing? This absence often stirs more than any words could. For you, silence is not a game, it is self-respect. The man who holds silence proves he is in control of himself. He redirects energy inward, toward healing and growth. And in that calm presence, he shows the rarest form of power, the power of restraint. Every lesson comes down to one truth. You are the prize. You don't need to prove it, shout it, or beg for recognition. The right people will see it. The wrong ones will walk away. Either way, you remain unshaken. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. If your thoughts are rooted in self-worth, no rejection can touch you." A man grounded in discipline and dignity does not fear loss, because his greatest treasure is himself. Seneca said, "A man is as miserable as he thinks he is." When you believe you've lost everything because of one woman, you chain yourself. But when you see her departure as clarity, you free yourself. Her leaving is not your defeat. It is life showing you who truly belongs beside you. Epictetus reminded us, "No man is free who is not master of himself. Mastery is proven not when life is calm, but when storms strike." Betrayal, rejection, disappointment, these moments reveal your strength. If you control yourself, then nothing can break you. Remember this: your value is not defined by who chooses you. It is defined by how you choose yourself. The man who embraces this truth becomes untouchable. His mission, his vision, his discipline, these cannot be taken away. And once you reach that place, no rejection, no replacement, and no betrayal can ever conquer you.